wanna be down with the king.
It's the Sports Kings. Sports Kings. Big Mike.
He might fall off the wagon in the next 10 minutes.
And Rob Calloway.
It's about bringing talent. It's not about all the flash and glitz and glam.
Not your average sports talk show. The Sports Kings.
This is NFL legend, work done.
This your boy D. Howard, a.k.a. Superman.
I'm Jerome Bettis, the bus.
It's Cam Newton. Holla at your boy, already.
This is Hank Aaron, and I'm down with the king.
Tell a friend, Kings is back.
This was arguably the greatest day of my life. And to join the club that is the Green Jackets and to join Masters history and put my name on that trophy and to have this jacket forever is something that I can't fathom right now.
There he is, your 2015 Masters champion, young 21-year-old Jordan Spieth. I am Big Mike. Got my guy Rob Calloway with me. This is the Sports Kings podcast, as being heard on Spreaker.com. Don't forget, you can get in contact with us via Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, all three at Sports Kings Live, as well as you can email the show, sportskingslive@gmail.com. So, yeah, Rob, Jordan Spieth, wire to wire,
Yes, sir.
Masters champion. How much of it did you watch this weekend? By the way, before we get to that, how was your weekend, first of all?
Oh, my weekend was great, man. How was yours? Good?
Yeah, good. I didn't get a chance to finish the stuff I need to get done. Probably got to run out of here when we get done recording to go to Lowe's and get a part for this garage door opener. But other than that, got a lot of golf watching in this weekend, so that was cool.
Yeah, I did my fair share of golf watching too, man. Friday I told you I had watched for about 2.5 hours worth of golf. Saturday it was pretty much the same thing. I watched a lot of golf. I watched Premier Boxing Champions, which was on NBC Saturday night, and then Sunday, Master Sunday. It's only one thing to do, and sat around and I was really watching Tiger because Tiger had such a great Saturday. Like, dude, I can't lie. I was kind of hoping that he would be able to match that same performance yesterday, just to make a charge because I didn't think he would win, but of course last week I was saying on the podcast that I just wanted him to be able to have a good outing, just a good showing in the Masters, and he did that. But I was watching, and I watched a good amount. I watched all the way until Steve hit his final shot. So I guess I watched all yesterday. Well, I actually thought about 2:30 when Tiger teed off.
Yeah, I didn't get everything in yesterday. I probably started watching at around 4, 5 o'clock. So I got like the last 2.5 hours. I didn't really feel any concern about the young kid. Once he made it past Saturday, I felt like if anyone was going to make a move, well, obviously it was going to be on moving day. But in particular, because of the conditions, like once they had that little drizzle and that mist, and you saw those balls just sticking on the green and on the fairway, and not a whole lot of roll to them, I thought guys were going to be a little bit more aggressive than they were. I think Phil was trying to be a little aggressive and trying to kind of catch him a little bit. But the young man, he was very, very poised. It seemed like he was just playing, especially on Saturday, he was playing just come get me type golf. He wasn't really being extra aggressive. He was just making his shots and understanding that he had a sizable enough lead that if anyone were going to catch him, he wasn't going to come back to them the way he did last year again with Bubba Watson. He went out, played his game, hit some decent shots on Saturday. He hit some great shots on Sunday, but Saturday was more of his decent day because guys had, like you talked about Tiger, he had the best day of anybody on Saturday. Phil had a pretty good day on Saturday. Rory, who almost didn't make the cut, ended up having a good Saturday and even better Sunday, shooting the 66. And still, no one came closer than 3 shots to the kid. So, I was joking all weekend on Twitter, and I started on Friday talking about this kid ruining the game of golf. Obviously, I didn't mean that. I was just kind of, tongue-in-cheeking it because he is one of those guys who left college after 1 year the same way a lot of these basketball players do. And for whatever reason, they're ruining basketball. But now Jordan Spieth is the guy to be celebrated, and he's going to be the next big thing, and it's going to be this rivalry between the young Rory and the young Jordan. All right, everybody slow down.
It sounds good. Yeah, that sounds real good.
Because it's golf, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like Bubba won this 2 out of the last 3 years. Bubba won this tournament. Bubba Watson. Bubba started off Sunday with a triple bogey, and he faded into oblivion. Like there was no mention of Bubba Watson at all on Sunday. And it's just how it is. It's golf. You know, you may have everything locked in one tournament, same tournament, and then the next thing you know, you play that tournament again in 12 months, and you look absolutely horrible. It's just what it is. Just a quick mention on Jordan Spieth on his weekend as a whole. The man racked up on a lot of different records. He has the 36-hole record. He has the 54-hole record, which is 14 under. He has the course record, which is 18 under. I forgot to mention he has the 72-hole record, shot at 270 for 72 holes. He is the only player in Masters history to ever reach the plateau of 19 under par. He had a record 28 birdies, topping Phil Mickelson's 26 birdies in this tournament. He is now the number 2 ranked golfer in the world behind one Rory McIlroy. So the young man did his work this weekend. You know what I mean? And probably the biggest thing, the biggest thing to point out, and the fact that he's a young kid, because I know I've mentioned during March Madness this term that I like to use called emotional immaturity. Had a brain queef there. Emotional immaturity. He has none. This is a kid who fell apart a little bit last year and came back and learned his lesson and didn't allow it to happen this year. First guy since 1976 to lead the Masters from wire to wire, from beginning to end, Thursday to Sunday, never ever being in any place but first. So, you know, all you can do is congratulate him, man, and we'll see what happens. You know, the next big one, U.S. Open. So we'll see. We'll see how he shows up for that, because it's a little bit different of a course. I'm not sure what the difference is. I'm gonna have to ask a couple of my dudes who know more golf than I do, and they can explain like courses and things to me. Not that I'm gonna actually know everything that they're talking about. But
you know what? I can tell you at the U.S. Open, and I think this is at the U.S. Open. They have high grass. Like, I mean, it's not like, you know, knee high, but they have high grass, like a lot of high grass in certain areas. And it's not. It's one of the tougher courses from what I get. You know, I've never been, you know, on the tour championship or anything like that.
Well, the thing about the U.S. Open is also it's not like Augusta. It's not played at one place. So it's going to be played at, I don't know where it's going to be played this year, but it's played on a different course every year. They rotate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. See,
I think Augusta's the only one that they have the Masters every year that one.
Okay.
Every other major kind of rotates between different courses.
Okay. What was I about? Oh yeah, dude. You know, golf is one of these sports where they're always looking for a new face of golf. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, from everything I've heard from the whole weekend through the day, everybody's like kind of, you know, trying to crown this dude already, and I'm like, I really need to see more.
Well, I mean, because they get it, because golf gets it. They're not like baseball. They're not trying to stick to their guns. They understand that they need youth within the game. That's why they had that whole little putt and drive contest with the little kids and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
They understand what it is. They need an injection of youth. It's not only youth, but as far as American golf, they need an American star to boot. Like this year, the ratings were 50% higher than they were last year, and that's a lot of things in that are engulfed in that. You have the Tiger return. You have Rory going for the career slam. You have the young kid in Jordan Spieth who, you know, fell apart last year. You have Bubba, who won the last 2 out of 3 years. People want to see if he's going to win 2 in a row. So you had a lot of different storylines that attributed to that big time 50% growth. But I think on Sunday, one of the big things was everyone wanted to see who this kid was. You know, everyone wants to see who this kid was, because he's an American, young, you know, good-looking kid, young, you know, strappy young man that people feel like, because of not only the fact that he won, it's how he won. You understand? Like, he could have won, you know, in a playoff or something like that, but it was how he won, wire to wire. It was a very, very consistent, not necessarily a Tiger Woods dominating performance, but it was very, very consistent. And from what the commentators were saying, he played a very, very smart and heady game from Thursday to Sunday. He never really got rattled. One of the things that I noticed, though, you noticed, I mean, the kid's 21, and we talked about last week, we talked about how if you're an 18-year-old kid, like you don't know what it is for Tiger to be great. This kid is 21. So when Tiger won the Masters the last time, this kid was 6 years old. But you can see the influence. You can see he hits the ball. He's talking to the ball as it's going to the air. He's bite. Sit down. He's talking to the ball the same way, Tiger has done all of these years. He got that from
Happy Gilmore, man. He got that from Adam Sadler.
Well,
Happy Gilmore.
Because that's where people are getting their golf games from. Happy Gilmore.
No. Which I can't lie, man. Yesterday, I guess it might have been coincidence or it might be ingenious programming, but yesterday, dude, Happy Gilmore was on yesterday, leading up to the first, the whoever teed off first yesterday at the Masters. So it was like I got to watch my Happy Gilmore from beginning to end, and then I had a couple hour gap, and then Tiger teed off. Like yesterday was an awesome golf day, man.
Speaking of Tiger Woods, I think what's happened is now like Tiger's he's lowered his standards and everyone else has lowered their standards around. This is what I talked about last week when I was like when I pronounced him as being done, and I don't mean done in the sense that he won't win another major. I think that's possible just because of the nature of the sport, but we're not going to see Tiger anymore. We're not going to see Tiger, the guy who won the Masters by like 15 or 18 strokes or whatever it was in 97. We're not going to see that anymore. First of all, guys aren't afraid of Tiger anymore. And that's one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons this kid could do what he did. Because usually, if somebody got out to a league like that, there would be like this Sunday Tiger charge. That dude was like, whatever, come get me anybody.
But just 2 years ago, just 2 years ago, on Master Sunday, Tiger was in a position to win. So I'm not gonna say he's done. I mean, he's going through some things right now, but I definitely, maybe the Tiger that I know, that we, the young Tiger. Yeah, that dude. Yeah, he might be gone, but I still think there's some greatness in Mr. Woods.
Well, define it, because I define mine. I define he might win a major or two throughout the rest of his career. He's 39 now, so if he plays until he's, let's say 45 or so, 50 maybe.
You don't think he plays longer than that?
That dude's body is breaking down. He got hurt yesterday. Like, he can't play a tournament without getting hurt now. His body is betraying him every time he steps on the golf course. Like, I think I'm being lenient when I say 45 or 46. I'm being very generous to the guy. Yeah, I think for what it's worth, like, the fact that people can give Tiger Woods as much credit as he's gotten over this last week, and I understand he took time off and no one expected him to make the cut, but that's what I'm saying. His standards have been lowered to the point where, okay, once he makes the cut, everything else is gravy. Nah, this is Tiger Woods. What you mean? That's like saying if Michael Jordan makes a free throw, okay, I'm good. Nah, hell no. It's the greatest golfer we've ever seen in this generation. Like, the standard has been lowered, and it's because of him. It's because of what he's been through. It's because of the way he's played. As of late, as we've seen him, so yeah, I feel like maybe he can eke one out. He can catch that fire. But as far as yesterday went, the man could not find the fairway. Like, every time you saw him hitting, trying to reach the green, what was he coming out of? Pine straw. Every time.
Yeah.
Like, he
was.
That was cool when you were that guy. When you can make those shots, and you, like I talked about him last week, like my guy Alec always calls him like Kobe, like he's a great bad shot maker. Like, now it's too much effort, B. Like, you got to play a smarter game, and you got to play a more consistent game. You got to get those fairways, take those fairways to the green. His short game was cool this week, except for I'll say this before I say this: his short game was great. His speed was off. Like, there was a couple times, especially on Saturday. I believe it was on 13. He had a chance to eagle that hole. He ended up leaving it short. He left a couple short because he couldn't judge the speed. Mm-hmm. The grounds were a little bit more moist because it drizzled a little bit, so everything wasn't as fast as probably he had anticipated, or as it was in the practice rounds on like the days before. So he was putting online a lot of times, but it was short. So he birdied that hole, then turned around on the very last hole, and instead of birdieing that hole, he ended up did he par that hole or bogey it? I want to say he bogeyed the final hole on Saturday. Yeah, and like
it was. Yeah.
So after playing so well on Saturday up until those last two holes, he kind of off the tee. He got a little bit too aggressive for my taste. He got a little bit too aggressive for the place he was in. Like if anyone was going to be that aggressive, it would have to been Justin Rose or Phil Mickelson, the guys who